I see a building of the community when people are sharing their talents.
I like living in a large GEF building because you have more interaction, more people to interact with.
The fact that they just don't live in our buildings, but they thrive in our buildings.
GEF supports active living because we believe every senior should have a great quality of life.
I had my own apartment. Things hadn't been going so well for me living on my own. It was just becoming too much. So it was a good thing I had someplace to go. Hi, how's everybody today?
Otwell Manor's resident group is between age 55 and 65, so they're not your typical 65 and over. And each one of them does have a chronic mental health condition.
GEF provides food services, housekeeping, and a full recreation program. Alberta Health Services provides the mental health supports that these people need to live safely in the community.
Adele is one of the many successes we've had with residents at the Manor.
Everything is just so much better. Everything from sleeping to eating to being healthy, just healthy inside and out.
What we do know is that hospital admissions for our Otwell Manor group of residents has declined since they've moved in. Part of that is having that healthy environment, having the supports available.
It's nice to not be alone because I know that there are so many people who live in isolation, who don't understand, who don't know that these illnesses, are preventing. It builds a lot of fear.
One of the things the supportive living environment had provided to a few people who initially moved in was they were able to transition back into the community.
I've been doing what's called peer leader support work, and I've just now been certified. I am able to help people to understand their illnesses and let them know that there is hope and that you're not alone. Don't be afraid. It's no fun going it alone, believe me.
Overall, the partnership between Alberta Health Services and Greater Edmonton Foundation has made Otwell Manor a huge success.
Since I've come out of my shell, I like to see other people come out of their shells. It just gives me such a warm feeling. It's just incredible.
Currently, GEF houses 3,500 seniors in the city of Edmonton. In just 15 years, there will be over 1 million seniors living in Alberta. That is the size of the city of Edmonton today.
Everybody in my life was a teaching person who always thought of somebody else and passed it on to me. That's the way I was brought up. My mother went into the Greater Edmonton Foundation and just loved this place the minute she walked into it. When I retired, I was lost. I didn't have anything to do anymore. I thought, I'd rather be at the lodge doing something, giving of my time to somebody. 23 down, a female deer. It's just become a part of my life now.
Laverne has a youthful but a mature energy that she brings to Meadowlark.
Most of the people who come to the programs usually will always end up having a good laugh during the day, and that just makes me beam.
She brings a confidence with all the activities that she works with the residents on.
If they want to sit and chat, you sit and chat with them.
I think she can relate really well with the residents here.
It's difficult to express how wonderful it is for me to come here, see these people. Some of them are just blooming, and I'm proud of doing it.
So the average senior in Canada that's living on the basic pension brings home roughly $1,600 a month. If you spend more than 30% of your income on housing, you're considered below the poverty line. That would mean that the average senior in Alberta would have to spend less than $500 a month on rent. How realistic is that?
One day I was downstairs waiting for a bus, and across the street at the other bus shelter, there's two old gentlemen sitting in the bus shelter, obviously homeless. And I looked and I'm thinking, there's two of my toques. And they had my toques on. That for me was, okay, that's where they're supposed to go. And there they were right across the street.
Ruth exemplifies active living, being just totally involved in programs. Not only attending programs, but volunteering in them.
I just can't imagine these people being out there with no home, cold fingers, cold ears. So for me to be able to provide something to give them a little bit of warmth, a little bit of comfort, for me, that's my reward. Our group meets once a week. It's just a nice little social gathering. We're all sort of got the same end result, is to knit something for somebody that needs something.
I've had so many compliments from the residents telling me that it was so incredible to learn what their neighbors can do. It lets you get to know the people around you.
The Great Name Giveaway is an opportunity for our residents and tenants to give back to their communities.
Last year was my first social that I went to. Well, that was 8 tables. And then I walk in there this year and there's 10 tables. And it's like, oh my goodness. And all of them just piled up with these blankets and scarves.
When I actually saw how much is produced, it was like, wow.
And that's when I found out about all these other things that they were knitting, like these little baby toques that go to the hospitals, and these little nests that go to the wildlife rescue. And there was no end to it.
The cool thing for me is going back with the items today to see the looks on their face, knowing that someone cares about them.
So you are making a huge difference in their lives.
You know, we care for one another. We take care of each other. We love on each other.
We do very, very much appreciate all of this effort.
We will be using these knits and toques. Thank you very much once again.
In 2016, over 5,000 items were donated to local charities as a result of the Great Name Giveaway.
I feel so proud to be a part of it and proud that these residents want to do it, and then I'm working alongside them to help them. I kind of just hope that it keeps getting bigger and better.
It's inspiring, it's heartwarming, and you just really want to go home and just knit.
GEF Seniors Housing has started a Building for Life Fund with the goal of raising funds to build more affordable housing for seniors. We've had some success so far. In 2012, we built Otwell Terrace. And in November of 2016, we broke ground on our next project called Sackau Terrace.
With a lot of organizations similar to what we do, numbers can get in the way of a lot of things. Though balancing a checkbook is important, we're not just about dealing with statistics. We're dealing with people, and that people need to come first.
Today, we work with seniors in Edmonton to provide them with a great quality of life and find them homes that are friendly, affordable, and secure.
We all know the need is great. We all know the need is there. But when we can, put it in words and we can show people what we can accomplish when we do have the funding and how many people it truly will help, I think that makes a big difference.
Today, we need your support to help build more affordable homes for seniors in the city of Edmonton.